What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly appreciated. So this is just a late night quick hitter, man. We're going to kind of, see who comes in here because we kind of want to chop it up regarding Knicks Media Day, right? The Knicks met up today. Pretty much the opening day for the season, man. For everybody getting there, take pictures. Make sure you get them braids tightened up, you know what I mean? Get that lineup right. So you can go and take pictures with the team. Of course, meet with the media. Big task. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. Which is a big day, right? It's a big day. It's kind of like an introduction to a lot of gravity. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. So it's a great day, man, for everybody to come through and really kind of give their breakdown and pretty much how their summer went. Of course, it's a good chance to also see how players look. You know, are guys in shape? Are they not in shape? And it looked pretty much like everyone was pretty much in shape, man. Everyone was ready to go, which is awesome. I think also too, you get a chance to really see how everybody feels about the moves that were made. Knicks 100 GM, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. So that was the cool thing about that, right? You're able to kind of go in and kind of see exactly, about, the big moves that just happened, man. Big time, right? Everybody knows that. And so that was awesome to see. Also, too, it was great to see the coach, right? To hear him and hear his perspective on things. And as you know, they can't really speak on the whole deal, right? The whole cat situation. They can't really speak on that. I think the players can speak on it. They can say stuff, but like the coach and, of course, the front office, they can't speak about it because, as you guys know and we're well aware of, deal's not finalized yet. I think they pretty much got the gist of it. I think it's probably 90% done. But I'm not sure if the deal is truly done yet. The underrated darkness. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. So they couldn't really speak on it. So of course the reporters try to talk to Tibbs and ask Tibbs about it. And Tibbs, pretty much, did the Tibbs thing. One guy asked him, a reporter asked him, hey, listen, how do you feel about I know you can't really talk about the trade, but your time in Minnesota, what was it like coaching Cat? Tibbs told him, nice try. It's kind of a slick way of doing it too, man, which was pretty good. So salute to the reporter on that. That was pretty smooth move. But yeah, so he didn't really go into detail about it. He did speak on, just building as a team, man, the positions and the interchangeable pieces that we have with OG Anunoby and, of course, Mikal Bridges, who I think is getting lost in this whole Cat stuff, right? Cat stuff came out of nowhere. We understand that. But Mikal Bridges, we're totally forgetting how good of a player he is and how he made a splash and really what put the Knicks in the pretty much trajectory of being one of the better teams in the league now and possibly, championship contenders was that Mikal Bridges deal. So that's kind of getting lost in these last couple of days here. Of course, it's valid reason why, but, the importance of him is huge, right, for Thibodeau and, the things that Tibbs can do with him and OG Anunoby. The matching up, the things. Corey Lindsay, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. So Tibbs was able to touch on that, which I thought was great. Because then you kind of get a little glimpse into what he's thinking, right? He also was able to talk about Mitch, which I thought was a really big statement that he made because he stated that they're going to be patient with Mitch, right? So it was no definite that we'll see him in December. We'll see him in January. We're going to take our time with him. So it kind of leads to what I stated that I think this is going to be a little bit longer than what we think. It's obviously a serious recovery. He's a big man, right? So as you know, big men always have problems with their knees, feet, ankles, right? So I think this is going to be a little bit longer than what we thought or what was reported, right? Tibbs being, pretty much stating that, they're going to be patient with the recovery process, man. So I don't know. We got to see. I just hope and pray when Mitch comes back, he's ready to go. right? So that was pretty much it from Tibbs. Then, of course, the captain came on, right? He spoke on it, and everybody asked him about Towns as well. He said, "Cat, who?" Right? So once these guys are playing coy, man. So they're playing because once again they can't really go into details about it. But he did touch on how tough it was losing Julius and Dante, right? The flamethrower, and how Julius welcomed him in, right? But he also touched on how it was tough losing Dante, right? We all know how close him and Dante were. He mentioned that Dante was the groomsman in his wedding, so that speaks for itself, right? So it's tough, man. These guys are all close, so it's not easy. It's a business at the end of the day, but it still is tough. That was pretty much what the captain said. A couple other things, but nothing really. He's class personified, man. So, um, you know, being the captain, man, right? They say coach speak. I'm gonna say captain speak, right? But then you get the jokes that come up, right? Josh Hart being Josh Hart. They asked him about the cat deal, and of course he looked back and said, "Oh, we got cat." Oh man, so this is Josh Hart being Josh Hart. But unlike most, Josh Hart went into detail about how he felt Cat could be a good stretch big and all the things that come with Cat and the positives that he could bring to the team. So he went into a little detail in his own Josh Hart way, right? So that was cool. Then you also had OG Anunoby. He's just talks about he had a good summer. And one thing he stated too, man, which I loved, they asked him about positions and stuff like that, and what he could play or whatever. And this is what makes him fabulous, right? He said, look, I could play the 2, the 3, the 4. It's pretty much all the same. And I love that because what that shows, it shows his flexibility as a player. He can also guard the 1 as well. The 1 being, of course, the point guard. It doesn't matter. And I got one better. He can guard a 5 too. So 1 through 5, he could defend. So it doesn't really matter. And what I love is that, like you said, it's all the same because the weight, look, the 2 guards are 6'7". Small forwards are 6'5". Power forwards are 6'9". But everybody's interchangeable now. So it's not the same. OG Anunoby's 6'8", man. 6'7", 6'8". So he can guard anybody. So to him, it doesn't really matter. Really. I think for him, Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. I think for him, being able to kind of lean onto Mikal Bridges and let Mikal Bridges take certain matchups and he can kind of float and roam because he's really good at that. Getting deflections, he's amazing with that. And defensively, he's just a wizard, man. He does things that just you can't put into paper, right? Excuse me, put on a stat sheet. And that's the beauty of his game, right? So having those guys is just, is just amazing. Then you have Mikal Bridges, he was there. He also spoke on the importance of us playing together as a team, right? And so I think that, those little intangibles, man, that Mikal Bridges brings, just the mindset. Jay Supreme, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Just his basketball acumen, right? I think is going to change everything. And let's not forget, guys, he's the goods. He can score too. Like he ain't just a 3-and-D guy. I'm going to say something, and it may not be popular, right? I'm seeing everybody out there is like so mad about this move with Cat, right? And Cat did make a sighting today. He was spotted. A Cat sighting, right? You saw him getting out the truck, so it's everywhere, man. He's got his hat on backwards. So he's in New York, right? He's probably going down with the team to Charleston, of course, to start practice tomorrow. So I'm gonna make a statement, man. It may not be too popular. I think a lot of people are kind of like, I don't know why they don't love this deal. I don't know why they don't like it. And I know it's all really, I don't think it's so much with Randall. I think it's more so with Dante. And I love Dante. I do. Listen. I gave him the name the Flamethrower. There was other dudes stealing my stuff out here. But I called him the Flamethrower. You heard it here first with LV. The Flamethrower. That was his name. I didn't want Dante to go. But the way people are acting, like they're acting as if Dante is like the second coming of Michael Jordan. Like he's Magic Johnson. Like everybody's got to chill, man. Keith Turner, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. You got to give to get, man. You got to give to get. And as much as I love Dante, and I think Dante is perfect for what it is that we like to do. In order to get a guy like Cat, you got to pay, man. You got to pay. And the reality is, Deuce wasn't going to do it. Minnesota said, no. We want that guy. And also, too, I want people to understand Dante's a good ball player. But if you know hoops and you know the game, Jeremy, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. If you know hoops and you know the game, anybody ever played, you understand that a lot of his numbers, that was his best season ever as a pro. He's hopped around a lot of teams. And the reason why his numbers were so inflated was because of the injuries. Like let's keep it all the way a buck. Like that's why his numbers were inflated. Because of Randall being hurt, OG Anunoby being hurt. So if those guys are still playing, I don't know if Dante is lighting it up like how he did. So yes, he was shooting the lights out, and I love him for that. And I think he was a great player. I think he was great for us, and I loved him for that. We did. We all love Dante. But I also know hoops, man. Like I know how the numbers are. That's the best he's ever looked ever in his NBA career. And that's because he was a starter and he was playing a lot of minutes because of Tibbs and because we were down a lot of guys. We traded Grimes. Grimes was hurt. Remember, they switched him out for Grimes. Then he started playing. Then remember, there was a time when with Captain Clutch where he got hurt. He was out for a little bit. Then Randall. Then then we had the Mitch situation. Then there's a lot of injuries we had, man. And so Tibbs was asking a lot of that guy, and he delivered. And I don't know how true it is. Let's say allegedly, or I don't know. Things are circulating out there that he kind of had an issue. With I guess Bridges coming over here and the minutes that he was going to lose because of that. Like I told you guys, something had to give. So yes, our bench is decimated, like with certain, yes, but everybody's not going to play. So CP, man, what's going on? Mets and Knicks. Listen, man, I'm gonna talk about this in a second, but everybody tip your cap and salute them boys from over the river in Queens. They made it into the playoffs. Popped them champagne bottles for the Mets. CP, you did it. CP, you did it. Knickerbocker, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. CP, you did it. The Mets are in, and I think the Mets are dangerous. Dangerous. Yeah, they kind of struggled for a couple of weeks, but let's not forget they've been the hottest team in baseball since June. I know sports, man. I see them over there. They're dangerous, man. The Mets are dangerous. So, salute to you guys. Salute to you boys out there in Queens, man. Doing big things. Pop them bottles for the Mets, man. Tim, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. So, I love Dante's skill set, but I just think that's where you kind of like his numbers were a little bit inflated. And once again, I don't know how true it is. I guess I don't know, man. It's allegedly that he kind of had an issue with Bridges coming. Like I see, he was worried about his minutes. I don't think he was mad, but I think anybody in the back of his mind, he's like, yo, this is the best season I ever had as a pro. I'm trying to kind of capitalize off of that. I want to play the two, but if Bridges coming here, Bridges playing the two. Remember, Randall's going to play the 4. Mitch was going to play the 5. OG at the 3. I mean, that's just what was going to happen. And it's just minutes thing. So I don't know. There was speculation about that. But what I'm getting at is this. We can't say, okay, this is a bad deal. No. It's not a bad deal, man. As mad as I get on Cat, yes, I do. Like, and I feel Randall's a little better than Cat. That's just always been me. But you got to salute Cat and what he is, man. He's perfect for what it is that we want to do. Randall 6'9", 6'10". Cat is a legit 7 feet, man. Legit 7 feet. And he can shoot the pill. 50, 40, 90. I said it. You can't, I mean, that's, come on, man. So I'm just saying. Keith Turner says, am I the only one that think we need a power forward? We have a power forward. It's OG Anunoby. That's the beauty of him. See, that's why. So in this deal, right, that they made for Mikal Bridges, which people complaining about that too, we gave up too much. And with this deal of getting OG Anunoby, getting Cat, and with the deal of getting OG Anunoby with RJ and Quick, the Knicks now have the 2 best, possibly the best wing defenders in the league, both of them together. And you have the best stretch 5 that's out there. So you done upgraded. You got the best with everything. Anthony Parrish, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. Anthony Parrish coming through, dropping a heartbreaker, man. Pete Rose is gone, everybody. He's passed on at 83. We also lost Dikembe Mutombo. Rest in peace to both of those guys. Both of those guys are legends. Oh, man, Pete Rose is gone, man. The hit king. Anybody knows baseball, man, the hit king, all-time hit king, man. Wow. Sorry to hear that, man. Rest in peace to him, man. His condolences to his family, man. It's crazy. Crazy day, man. Crazy day. But so what I'm saying is that, so you got to think what the Knicks just did in these last season. They got the 2 best wing defenders, and they got the best stretch 5 to go with that attack dog at the top of the key, which is Brunson. How can you not be happy? How can you not be happy with the moves they made? Yes, the bench is going to be a little thin. Yo, man, you can't have it all, people. Like, you want to get players, everything's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. So you got to kind of give to get, man. So, all right, cool. They're going to try to put some pieces together for the bench. But if you want to get these guys cost, man. They cost money. So, and with the new CBA and all that other stuff, you can't just stack your squad like that no more. So what are the Knicks supposed to do? Cat wants to get paid, man. He deserves to get paid. OG Anunoby wants to get paid. He deserves to get paid. These guys deserve big bucks, man, because they're like, their stock is up, especially OG Anunoby. Let's not forget how everybody wanted him. Everybody wanted OG Anunoby. So what I'm saying is these guys are top guys, man, that can make teams better. So you can't keep everybody. So I just think with this deal that we've made, we got to really realize exactly what this does for the Knicks and how that makes us look. Knicks 100 GM said, I wouldn't have paid OG. Yeah, okay, you didn't have to pay him, but someone else would have. And that someone else that would have is right over there about a couple of hours away from New York and Philly. They was I heard they were chomping at the bit watching to see what the Knicks do with OG Anunoby, because if not, they would have snatched him up and gave him that bread. Come on, man. He was prime real estate. If you want to look at it like that, everybody wanted OG Anunoby. He's worth it. The 77, man. I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. If you ever subscribe to the channel, please subscribe. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew. He said everybody wanted OG as cap. No one but the Knicks wanted OG at $40 million per cap. Sir, I think you're way off. Way off. Everybody wanted him, man. Now, of course, a lot of people couldn't afford him, but that was the price. The price is going to be what it is for a 3D wing. Basically, the best one out there. Basically, the best one out there. Everybody knew that. He can guard all 5 positions, man. I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know if you guys, I've been to a couple of games. I've seen OG Anunoby when he was playing with Toronto. Once again, Killer Dog, what's going on? I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Now, once again, I told you guys, I play ball. High school and college. I'm 6'3". So what I'm saying is when you see dudes, you see matchup problems, he's a matchup problem. He's not just 6'8", he's 6'8", and he's thick, pause. He's like solid as a he's like a Drummond. Like you see, Drummond is rock solid, man. And those guys are hard to deal with. You can't move them. Royce, salute, man. I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Anthony Paris, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew tonight. So if you haven't seen OG Anunoby, he's a big guy, man. He's big. So that's why he can match up the way he does, because dudes can't move him around. Now you see dudes like Trey Murphy or Jaden McDaniels, right? These 3-and-D wings or Jeremiah Grant, right? Those guys are slim dudes. They got a little muscle, but they're slim. They're not stocky and rock solid paws like OG Anunoby. They're not. So that's why he can do what he does. And for a guy like Tibbs is salivating for a dude like that because he know I can match this guy up with anything on the court, and won't be a problem. So that's what it is with OG Anunoby. So I think we got to pay attention to exactly what the Knicks did, man, and why everybody's got to be extremely, extremely happy and really excited. Now, I heard they waived Mook Morris, but I heard there's a possibility that he could come back. We just got to move some players around because, once again, this deal's not solidified. Once everything gets solidified, I think they're going to probably want to bring back Mook Morris to fill the roster spots and stuff like that. Because, Dadier and Akaporte, I think those guys are going to be on 2 ways. So they're not really going to be around like that. Sometimes you'll see him on the bench, sometimes you won't. I think Jacob Toppin's on a 2-way too. I'm not sure. I think he is, right? Jacob Toppin? For Mook Morris. And if they do, I think that's great. I think Shamit's going to make the team, Landry Shamit. I think he's going to make the team. He's a shooter also. So you got Deuce, you got Precious Achua, you got Landry Shamit, got Tyler Kolek, right? Got Campaign. So I think I think they're going to move some things around. To me, you get Mook Morris, I think we're good on the bench. I think we're solid. Once again, you're going to mix and match guys. He's going to play around with lineups. So I think it's good. And I think also, too, we get Mitch back. I think that'll make us even better. Now, I'm hearing everybody saying that the Knicks should move Mitch. I don't think we should. I don't think we should move Mitch. D Nice 77, man. Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live and my crew, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew on this evening. So I don't think we should move Mitch, man. I don't know what the whole excitement about moving Mitch is. You know what I mean? Like I'm not too crazy about that because we need him right now. We don't have a big. I mean, we have a big and Cat, but I'm talking about another backup, like legit. Precious Achua can play it, but that's pretty much to me to hold down the fort until Mitch comes back. Because then with that, you can maybe put Cat at the 4. Check it out. You can put Cat at the 4, put Mitch at the 5, OG Anunoby at the 3, Bridges at the 2, Brunson at the top of the key. See what I'm saying? So you could do a lot more with that lineup also. And Mitch could be great for that second unit too. The more bodies, the better, man. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I think you keep Mitch, man. I don't think you play around with that at all. Now, if you're going to send Mitch off, you got to bring somebody back in that's a big body. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's important for Mitch. Now, Now, what Tip's saying today, we're going to be patient with him. That tells you this is going to be a little longer than what's been reported, I think. I mean, that's just my assumption. LV's making an assumption here, but I think it's going to be a little longer, man. I don't think it's going to be a December he's back. I don't think so, man. Knicks 100 GM says, get him out of here. It's a new day. So, guys, all right, look, throw it out there. If we get rid of him, I don't think we should, but if we get rid of Mitch, who we get? Who do we get? Everybody want to ship him off. Who do we get? Because right now we're getting Cat. I think that stopped all the whole getting rid of Mitch stuff and trade that. Because you need a backup big. I mean, a legit big. Landale from the Rockets. Is the Rockets going to be willing to give him up? He's an easy fix. Are the Rockets going to be willing to play ball, though? Once again, guys, listen. Knicks, they said Knicks have been taking calls, but you got to understand, it's got to make sense for other teams too, man. They're not going to want damaged goods. So if they get Mitch, what are they getting? So I'm just saying, Hunter GM said, guys like Mitch are a dime a dozen. Yo, my man, he led the league in offensive rebounding, man. He's probably one of the best offensive rebounders in the league at 7 feet. It don't come a dime a dozen, man. What are we talking about? Yes, offensively, he's limited. Yes. But a premier shot blocker and a great rebounder, these dudes want to step back and take threes, man. They're not trying to. Mitch is like a poor man's Gobert. Just keep it a buck. And he rebounds at a better clip than Gobert. He's a better offensive rebounder than Gobert. He is. So I'm not too quick on moving Mitch right now. I'm not. Let him heal up. Let him get better. Slowly bring him back to the team. I think with the addition of Cat, which was huge, that kind of helps things in that center. And then it helps a guy like Precious Achiuwa also, because then he can come onto that second unit and kind of help keep things cool until Cat comes back in. And then we also have a guy like Sims that can come in. Once again, this is not, these guys aren't going to, both of them got 6 fouls each, man. It's 12 fouls. So, to me, that's what it is. So they could both play 10 minutes between each other, 20 minutes in a game. That can help. Precious Achiuwa was solid coming off the bench last year, man. He was no bum. So once again, I think it's just good to have, Sims trash. Listen, I keep turning, I got you. But what I'm saying is he's still 6 fouls. So for me, that's how I'm looking at it, guys. And also, too, let's not forget, OG Anunoby can defend fives as well. So let's say Tibbs wants to go small. Let's say he wants to go small. So that's the beauty of OG Anunoby. And that's the beauty of Bridges. You can move those guys around. That's the beauty of Josh Hart, too. So hence, like I stated earlier, that's why you pay the money to get these guys. Because Tibbs can do, he's like a mad scientist. He can do a whole bunch of stuff with those guys. Same thing with Cat. But if Mitch comes back, Mitch is healthy, Mitch is solid, he does not have an Embiid snatching and pulling on his ankles like he did before. So I'm just saying. I think that'll be a good look. I think also, too, guys, it'll give a little wrinkle, right, to what it is that we like to do, right? I think also, too, in the playoffs, it'll give a little wrinkle. You put Cat at the 4, you put Mitch at the 5, big bodies down there rebounding, right? I think it'll be great. Then you have OG Anunoby at the 3. He's another big body down there, right? So you got your 2 7-footers down there with OG Anunoby, with Bridges, with Brunson. I think that could be a really, really good lineup. Knicks 100 GM said all this is going to get us to the All-Star break in one piece. I don't see it. I see it as clear as day, man. It's clear as day. I think it's good, man. I think it's good. I like what we're doing. I like how we're building our team. We're gonna miss Dante. We are. We really, really are. But you got to pay. You got to play. You got to pay to play, man. You know, I really wanted him to stay. If I had a choice to move him or Deuce, I would have moved Deuce. Right? I think Dante fits better here. But other teams saw what Dante did last year, and Dante lit it up, man. And so he's going to be. And then also too, remember, he's going to earn more money, man. But the problem is that he's going to be out there coming off the bench. And from what I'm hearing, he want to start, man. Listen, once guys, it's kind of like what happened at iHeart when he was here. Once guys get a taste that they can play in the league and they could really, and their skills start to kind of show and what they always felt they could do, they're going to strike with an iron's hot, man, and try to kind of double up because they know they can make more money. So Dante knows, based on how he played last year and in the playoffs, he can come off and get some more money, man. So that's probably why the speculations are out there about him wanting to have more minutes and stuff like that. So I, see what happens. You know what I mean? And also too, I'm hearing things out there about Julius, man. I don't know if it's about the fit out there in Minnesota. I mean, I didn't really pay too much attention to it, but I had to take a step back and look how the fit may not be so seamless and perfect with Ant-Man and Gobert and Jaden McDaniels and all this stuff. I don't know. Does Randall stay there? Does Randall stay there, or do they let him walk? You know what I mean? It's Randall's in an ill spot, people. And let me tell you why he's in an ill spot. He's in an ill spot because the league is changing, man. So those guys like him who are 6'8", who score a lot, who just like, they're not a star, but they're like, they're not a superstar, but he's a star, but he's not like, he's like a second or third option, but he's a star. He's weird. So he's in a weird space, but he demands a certain amount of money. Guys like that wind up being on Houston and Detroit and stuff like that because most teams are not going to want to pay Randall like $40 million a year. Knicks 77, right? Zach LaVine, Bradley Beal, Brennan. Right, exactly. Right, CBA limbo dudes. Exactly, the 77. Exactly. And that's why I think Randall is. Randall's in a weird spot, man. And it's how his game is. Because he shot 30% from three, man. So that's the thing, right? The game is getting spread out, right? So what really is going to help your money is you got to be able to hit that three ball. He can hit it, but he doesn't hit it consistently. And he takes the air out the ball. So, but his production is high, but it's high because Tibbs played him so much, right? So he's weird. So I don't know. And then, Ant-Man's kind of like a fiery type of kid. You know what I mean? Like he's got a lot of fire in his belly. I don't know if Randall can pull the stuff that he pulled in New York and do that out there because him and Ant-Man, Brunson falls back. You know what I mean? He ain't really that type. Ant-Man will get in your face. So I don't know, man. I can see Randall getting a bag and maybe going to play in Portland or something like that. And retiring or something. You know what I mean? Because they're even talking about Naz restarting and Randall coming off the bench. That's not going to happen. But I don't know. Because they really like Naz Reid. Naz Reid defends, he rebounds, he can shoot. He does it all. We know Randall goes through lapses. We know that here, man. So I kind of stuck like what's going to happen with him. You know what I mean? Because I can see it not working. I can see like issues coming. And then, Randall was going to feel like, yo, I'm a two-time All-Star. No, I'm a three-time All-Star, two-time All-NBA. I'm not coming off the bench. I'm not taking, right? So they're going to be like, all right, well, or, Randall's going to want a whole bunch of shots. You know what I mean? You can't really do that with Ant-Man. Ant-Man's a volume shooter, man. And he's a shooting guard. So he's not a point guard like Brunson. He's a shooting guard. He's going to take all the shots. So I don't know what that looks like with a guy like Randall. I mean, Randall being in the contract year or extension year or whatever. Like, I just don't, Big Taz said Randall's not a household name like Cat. That's what I'm saying. Well, Big Taz, Cat can do it all, man. Cat can do it all. Step back, he get that three, and he's big. He's 7 feet. You can't coach height. So that's why Cat is hard to defend. So he's a premium, man. And he doesn't, and the ball doesn't die when it gets into his hands. That happens with Randall, man. You know what I mean? So we got to see what happens, man. But I'm excited. I think the Knicks are about anywhere between 55 to 60 wins this year. That's what I got. I think we're going to be really, 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 really good. Of course, everybody stays healthy, but I think that's with everybody, right? We can say that about Philly. Like everybody's got, and B's got to stay healthy. Paul George has got to stay healthy, right? So I think that's with everybody in the league. Everybody's got to stay healthy. If the Knicks are healthy, they're going to be a tough out for all the top teams. So, so we got to see what happens, man. But listen, I'll definitely be back to kind of break down how training camp is going. And also, too, guys, remember, preseason opens up October 6th. We got the Charlotte Hornets. So LV would definitely be doing a breakdown after that to see how the team looks. Basketball's back, people. Basketball's back. I'm super, super excited. All right. But listen, I appreciate everybody coming through. Rocking with LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. Right. Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, rocking with me and my crew, please subscribe to the channel. And also, too, please leave comments because I do respond to comments. All right. I appreciate everybody coming through. Rocking with LV Live. All right. Everybody have a good night. I'm out of here, people. Peace.